He's an author and syndicated columnist. He's written for The Village Voice, The Progressive, Counterpunch, Online Journal, Corp Watch, Multinational Monitor, News Insider, American Conservative, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Columbus Dispatch, Sacramento Bee, Houston Chronicle, Herald, Miami Herald. He's the author of the best-selling Personal Data Protection, London Macmillan, an acclaimed reference book on international data protection law, Genocide and Covert Operations, co-author of America's Nightmare. He's a regular contributor on NBC, CBS, PBS, Russia Today, BBC, Al Jazeera, MSNBC. He, of course, worked with a U.S. naval officer, managed the first computer security programs for the U.S. Navy. He subsequently worked for the National Security Agency and Naval Data Automation Command, Department of State, RCA Corporation, Computer Science Corporation. He's a senior fellow with the Electronic Privacy Information Center, EPIC, a privacy public advocacy group. Madsen is a member of the Society of Professional Journalists, an association of intelligence officers, and the National Press Club. And I spent a lot of time reading much of his bio because we don't normally do that. He's specifically well-vetted and has a lot of gravitas on not just the NSA, Homeland Security, cybersecurity takeover that's passed committee, now going to the full Senate, but WikiLeaks and Black Ops and dirty tricks and basic sneakiness. And so we're going to break here in 3 minutes, but Wayne, we can talk about what these reports look like to you, how they may use it to censor the internet, what you think of WikiLeaks. You've got the floor. Let's go over it.
Well, Alex, what I've seen with what they're reporting, these 90,000 documents are, the highest classification is secret. Now, we know that the intelligence community is overclassifying things. So, really, what do we have here? Do we have anything that's really earth-shattering, or do we have something that's probably could be found on the front page of any daily newspaper? We know that from these leaked documents that there's a mess in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Well, we already knew that. We knew that from Ambassador Carl Leichenberry's cables back to Washington to the State Department that stated that, backing this guy Hamid Karzai is a total disaster. So what do we know that's new? What we have here are 3 newspapers selected for these leaks: the New York Times, the Guardian in the UK, and Der Spiegel in Germany. And I think all 3 are problematic when it comes to leaks.
Because these are well-known papers that work like hand in glove with intelligence.
Absolutely, and we know that Der Spiegel, for example, is pushing for the war against Iran. They supported the United States in the Russian war in South Ossetia against Georgia. We know that The Guardian has some links to George Soros. And we know that Soros and his friends like Cass Sunstein are big promoters of WikiLeaks.
Which is bizarre because we've got Sunstein saying censor the internet. This looks like it could be their excuse, but that's what I noticed yesterday and today reading these articles, is notice they're saying, oh, look, it shows that Pakistan's helping the Taliban right as the West wants to go into Pakistan and admits we have special forces on the ground. So it's very suspicious. Wayne Madsen, stay there. Let's come back and go over all of this and talk about the fact that these communiques, 92,000 of them, are in digital format. So we'll discuss it all straight ahead with Wayne Madsen. I'm Alex Jones. You're listening to the GCN Radio Network. GCNlive.com is the website. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, A solar power generator provides powerful backup, insurance, and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Thousands of Americans are facing evacuation. If you or any of your loved ones might need to evacuate, you must do it yourselves. Please don't procrastinate until they do it for you. Remember the terrible conditions of those that didn't get out for Katrina. Go right now to efoodsdirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633 for information on the new Evacuation Pack. It contains 2 weeks of delicious, easy-to-fix food, along with the equipment to prepare it. It's packed in a rugged, heavy-duty tote for transport. Evacuations are looming with the storms and the Gulf oil catastrophe. No matter where you live, wildfires, earthquakes, floods, and storms must be escaped. Don't be like a deer frozen in the headlights of oncoming disaster. At least prepare yourself with this 2-week evacuation pack from efoodsdirect.com. Call 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, investigative journalist Wayne Madsen, who's worked with the NSA, written for some of the biggest newspapers in the country, is our guest. Bottom line, we're only a few days into this WikiLeaks situation, reportedly documenting massacres in Afghanistan, but that's already been in the news. From your well-researched position, what do you, bottom line, think's going on here, Wayne?
Well, there's a number of journalists, long-time journalists in Washington, who are very suspicious of the motives behind WikiLeaks and these so-called leaks. It's clear that WikiLeaks has been engaged in a big fundraising operation, and the John S. Knight Foundation actually turned them down for a grant because they just didn't think that they passed the smell test. And as I say, there's many people. First of all, the job of any journalist is to protect their sources. Now, this guy, this Army private who supposedly leaked some of this information to WikiLeaks, he was outed by a guy out of San Francisco who had a relationship with WikiLeaks, who's a former computer hacker. Julian Assange is a former hacker. Now, all this goes back to the 1980s, and the computer hacking on defense computer systems, which I was involved with from the government side, and all of a sudden we have these guys pop up again. They had this group. One of the groups was the Chaos Computer Club out of Hamburg, Germany. They did real damage to national security. So I think it's significant. Today is the anniversary of the 1988 Internet worm launch that was launched on the Internet, brought down a lot of computer systems, defense, government, corporate computers. And the guy who released it, Robert Morris Jr., released that worm from Cornell University. His father was the chief scientist for the National Security Agency. Now, everybody at the time was of the opinion that this is obviously just an experiment by NSA to pulse the net to see how vulnerable it was to this type of malicious software.
And that's where that's exactly where I was going. And perhaps WikiLeaks, if this is the case, doesn't know that they're being used. But you notice that right as they're trying to pass cybersecurity, it's passed the Senate committee now to admittedly take over the web, funnel everything through the NSA, to gatekeep and to surveil. Right as this happening, we've seen the last year, Cybersecurity Command that's already been set up and operating, the Air Force has said, we're going to launch attacks on ourselves to test this. And now they're trying to use this as a way to say, oh, we've got to start gatekeeping the web to stop security leaks like this. I mean, I just see the timing of all of this really doesn't pass the smell test. But I've also seen some good work by WikiLeaks. But at the same time, isn't that what an intelligence group or a private corporate intelligence group would do? Any double or triple agent is going to put out some good information so that the other side, whatever that side is, will then start taking the bait.
Right, you've got to establish your bona fide credentials, and that would be all part of that to give